Today I'm going to show you how we're going to make the pocket part. We are not going to attach it today, but I'll show you how to make it. And if you did want to add one or two small three-dimensional pieces to your pocket, I'm going to show you that too. Depending on each one, I'm going to show you how I would make it. You're going to start out with a lot of clay. You're going to want to make sure that this kind of stays out of the way. You do want to take it off of the tray that you put it on last time, but you don't want to keep it on the tray today while you're working until you're done. So you're going to start kind of the same way that we started last time, where you're going to need to wedge your clay. Once you do that, you can take your rolling pin. You want to roll up, roll down, and then you want to flip it over. You also don't want it to be too thin, just like we said the last time when we were making the back of our pockets. Now yours might need to be a little bit wider, or if I was making one for this rectangular one over here, then this would be fine. I might just want to So once I have the shape that I want, I need to make sure that it's going to fit. So I might have to just kind of measure a little bit so I could lay it on top. And I could cut it a little bigger than I think I need. So I'm just gonna lift it up and very lightly, I'm just gonna kind of sketch in how big I think I want it to be. It's always better to go a little bit too big and then we can cut it down. So now I'm going to take this off. I'm going to cut off the extra pieces. And now I have a pretty good size. Look at the thickness. You want it to be about like a finger width. And I'm not going to attach it, but I just want to show you how it should look. Eventually, we are going to make it more three-dimensional, and we're going to be kind of pushing all of it down. If you want, you could curve the top a little bit if you want to get a little fancy. But you don't want the pocket to be too small. So now that I have this, it's a pretty good size. If I wanted to, I can add a three-dimensional piece. Before I do that, I'm just going to put that off to the side. I'm going to show you maybe how I would do the circular one. Do this a few different ways. Because this is really big, I could kind of lay this on top, and to start I can kind of trace it. Yours probably you won't have as much clay. And now what I might do, being really careful with this bottom piece because I don't want this to get the shape to change, I'm going to lay it on top, and then again I'm going to lightly sketch without pushing in too hard so that when I take it off I can cut it down, and then I could see if that's the right size. So now that looks pretty good. We want to do it a little bigger than we think, because when we push it on top next class and we attach it, it will get smaller. So if you see when I lift it up, it definitely gets a little bit smaller, but that would be a really good size for the circular one. So now that I have that, before the attaching is going to happen next class. So I'm just going to show you, if you wanted to add a small relief piece to the pocket, you want to do that now while it's flat. So now that I have the pocket here, if I wanted to add some type of three-dimensional piece over here, like a small animal, someone did a turtle last year, a letter, a flower, a heart, a moon, a star, something simple, I would get my extra clay, and you're going to make like a mini slab. You don't want it to be too thin. I think I actually need a little bit more clay. So I'm just gonna... And then you can draw whatever you want to cut out. So let's say I wanted to do a star. I can draw my star. I want to make it really big. Then when I add it on, I would get my water with a toothbrush. Whatever you add on, you have to score and slip. So you get your toothbrush, you scratch it, you scratch wherever you want to attach. Put it on, and then you have to secure it. So you score, slip, and secure. A lot of S's. Now we're not adding a whole bunch of pieces on. This is just one extra piece, but you might not have time to add any pieces if you're doing, if you do the pocket and it takes a little longer. That is just extra because again, we will be able to use lots of cool tools next time to add texture. So once you're done with that, you're going to take your pocket, you're going to place it on top of your tray,